glass half full, the revival.
Yo, you know what? Every time I hear that theme song, I get a little goosebumps, man. Peace and
Tough.
blessing. It is your boy, Eli Rax, aka Vibes, and welcome to your revival where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who this is, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets. Spee, if you nasty now.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And shout out to my brother El Jefe, who unfortunately could not make it tonight. Unfortunately, he's recovering from COVID. Get well, my brother. We love you.
Well.
And we'll see you in there, man. But shout out to the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, man, Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year.
We got and by the way, we got a nice guest coming up for you in 2 weeks, by the way, guys. Just to let you know, we got a nice guest coming up, former Giant, you know what I mean? So we're going to have some fun, man, and create a show out of that. But let's go around the room. Speed, how you doing, brother? How was your New Year?
Dude, so I take the week off from Christmas to New Year's. I luckily I save up my off days. I get them all in right around the holidays, get me through the week. It's crazy, man. Nowadays, I take the break, but it's not really a break because I'm on full schedule with the two little kids for 10 days. So it was hectic, but it was awesome. The kids are starting to know what Christmas is. They had fun. They had all these events and experiences. Can't complain. I'm a little raspy because it's your boy got after it on New Year's a little bit, so taking a toll on me. But no, it was good, man.
Can I say this, Speed? Because we knew how much you got out of it. Like you told us. I don't know if I can say it, but he got at it. Let's just say he got at it. He's still recovering, guys. He got at it. That's my guy. He partied, man. I was like, man, you're party animal. Like, I'm kind of jealous, man. Let's go.
Sometimes you just gotta let loose. You gotta let loose, bro.
I respect it.
The goose is loose.
A whole hell of a lot. I respect it.
How was your holidays, brother? How was yours?
Man, it was great, man. Can't complain, man. Just sit there, we just had spend time at home with the wife and the kids, man. We celebrated the rain New Year's together. I did work a little bit earlier, but for the most part, man, just when I got home, we watched the ball drop. I think we watched the Dave Chappelle special that was on Netflix, me and the wife.
That?
Man. He put the show. He brought the show back to where he did Killing Them Softly. And DC. And I have to tell you, man, I think this might be his second best stand-up that I have seen in a while, man. Like this guy, it was just joke after joke. Like everything was a punch. Like how his old, like when he had the stuff before, it was kind of like a monologue. Here and there.
It wasn't,
this one was
it wasn't vintage.
Punch. Right.
Yes. Okay.
This one was punch after punch. And I was like, yo, this is the Dave Chappelle Killing Them Softly type level. Like after that, I'm like, yo, he's the GOAT. And I want to have a debate on that one day when I start, oh my goodness, man. Like I think he's the GOAT, like really of all times. But we'll see, man.
That's a new segment called Yo, Check It. Yo, check it.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle. Yo, check it. The new Dave Chappelle stand-up. Very good. I heard good things, and now we got E verifying it. I mean, it's a lot. It's locked and loaded, bro. I got another question for you.
Fire. But guess me.
Is there ever an instance where you want to go to New Year's Eve in New York City, watch the ball drop live? I haven't met a person. There's always these millions of people. I have not met one person that actually want to do it. I don't know. No. Chat. You tell us. Is there anybody out there that actually want to do it? Like I can't see a world, right?
Let me tell you this, Spee. And as someone being in New York, and of course you're very close to New York, you're like, hell no. Those are more for like the tourists and etc.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you this story. When me and my wife started dating, right? She wanted to take me to the Christmas tree lighting.
Yeah.
And I no lie. She was like, hey, this is gonna be like our second date. Let's go to the Christmas tree lighting.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's have some fun. Bro, it was the worst experience I ever had in my life.
Hell on earth, bro.
It was the worst. And I was like, I will never do the big crowds, the Christmas tree lighting. I don't want to see none of that. I'm good. No. Keep that over there.
I'm good with it on TV, bro. I'm good. I feel you, bro.
Best seats in the house, man.
I still haven't met a person that wants to actually do that shit. Like I haven't. I don't know why you would put yourself through that hell, but hey, like you said, the tourists. That's a tourist thing. You haven't been in New York City. You're like, oh, I got to go see it. And then when they go, I doubt they ever come back for a second try. They're like, all right, we're good. We did it.
And let me tell you too, going down like Fifth Ave, because I work along those lines over there, Fifth Ave. They closed down 2 lanes, so it's just 2 lanes open, literally. Oh. And they have like a show. It's like I forget the store that's there, but they have a show. So the sidewalk and a little bit of that street is filled with people.
Flooded.
You're not moving for about 45 minutes from out that spot. So it's just like, yo, it's insane over there. So
I'm not about that.
I'm not about that life.
We'll skip that.
I'm not about that life. I'm good. Y'all can keep all of that over 10. Don't forget, St. Patrick's Cathedral is literally like a block, it's a block up St. Patrick's Cathedral. So you got people coming out the church, going to the Christmas tree. It's insane.
Chaos.
I'm good. Keep it. But let's get into it, man. And like I said, shout out to the chat. Leave everything in the chat, man. Don't forget to share and all this stuff, guys. Thumbs up for me, man. And of course, please. And of course, the Giants unfortunately lost to the Rams, guys. The Tommy DeVito was all over. It was all over 2 weeks ago. It was over a week ago. But guys, it's all over. We had Tyrod Taylor starting. Yeah, it was, and not for nothing.
It was all good just a week ago. Like Biggie said.
I'll tell you this, Gunner, shout out to Gunner, man. Special teams actually cracked one in a very long time. I think since Dominic Hickson or maybe David Wilson cracked a freaking like a running back, a punt return or something like that. So shout out to them, man. They did incredibly good. But Speed, let's talk about that game a little bit, man. Unfortunately, the Giants lose. I think it was about like a point. Correct me if I'm wrong, Speed.
But,
just walk me through, man, the emotions of that game.
Well, listen, we're in a weird spot, right? Like I keep saying this hashtag make losses fun again. And it was a fun loss. I gotta be honest with you. We had we played against Stafford very well. Stafford's been playing awesome this year. Wink had him in hell. He had him in hell. Interceptions. So you got sacks. Stafford after the game was giving Wink his flowers, saying, they had me confused. He didn't know what was going on. So you again, it reiterates. You got to keep Wink around, man. You got to keep Wink around. But the offense, they had some explosive plays. They had Hyatt involved. We had an 80-yard bomb to fucking sling. Like what's an 80-yard bomb? We never see that anymore. Yeah. Like Tyrod's slinging it all over the place. And then when it mattered most, well, first of all, the punt return, like you said, awesome punt return, electric. I thought he was tackled, got out of it, Eli Manning-esque, like getting out of the tackle. But when it mattered most, fucking Tyrod showed why he's a backup in the league. He's short-armed, and I like Dable going for 2 there. Why the fuck not? Right? Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You miss it, you lose the game, and you're still good with your draft pick. You make it, and the game's over. We don't want to go to overtime. Fuck that. So Tyrod missed some throws. This is why he's a backup. And I want to bring this to the next question here. Like, were you cool with going back to Tyrod, or is there a world where you want to see what DeVito had? Because why not, right? Like, we know what Tyrod is. He is what he showed in this game. Make some throws, very good backup, what you pay for, exactly what you pay for. But he's not here next year. So in a world, is there a world where you want to see what DeVito could do a little bit? Because why not, right? Like, see what you have him, or you were cool going Tyrod?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you, Speed. Obviously, Tyrod Taylor's not the future, right? His contract is up after this year. So as someone that's looking to build a roster and want to see what the roster looks like, I want to see what Tommy DeVito could do. Yes, he lost the game. He was under scrutiny with the Philly. But keep him in there. Well, you got nothing to lose, right? You already lost the game anyway. You know what I mean? With Tyrod in there. So it doesn't really matter. So put him back out there. Right. I mean, right now you can't. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, there's got to kind of season with Tyrod, right? So, but still, it's just like, go with him, man. Everyone was just excited just to have a young quarterback like him with a little swag to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, everyone was still screaming Tommy, even though he wasn't starting that game. You get what I'm saying? So put him back in there because it just brought the fans a little bit. It just brought them alive a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it gave a little bit of a hope. You know what I mean? Because again, Tommy had that swag, man. He had that swag that we don't see in a quarterback. We don't see that in Daniel. You know, and I'm not trying to kick Daniel down. Please don't come at my mentions, people. You know what I mean? Don't come at my mentions. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, honestly, man, it's just, Danny doesn't have it, but Tommy has that je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean? So everybody loves him and they gravitate. Yeah, he has that flair. So I just want to see him develop. I want to see what he can do. Again, I think his ceiling is QB2. He's never going to be a starter in his league. I mean, that's fair. I would love to be proven wrong, but he is legitimately going to be our QB2. Put him in there. Tyrod's not in the future.
Right. And here's the flip side of it. The flip side is the veterans are happy. I guess you get to see a little bit what Hyatt could do because Tyrod unleashed some bombs. So you got to get Hyatt a little bit of a sight of what Hyatt could do, which is cool. Yeah. But again, like, what are you in it to win a game? Like get to 6 wins? Because like, what's 6 wins going to get you? Is it going to get you a worse draft pick? That's literally it. And it's that really tough thing. And like, and Tiki was talking about today. I was listening to the fan. He's like, well, part of it is you want your players to learn what a winning week feels like, and you want to keep the locker room still inspired and still going after wins because wins are good. It's always good for the culture. But on the flip side, and what Evan was talking about, Evan was arguing against it. He's like, why not find out if you have maybe a Gardner Minshew kind of player in DeVito? Like, you were so quick to bench him because he lost that spark after that Saints and kind of Eagles game, and I was cool with putting taking him out of the Eagles game because he looked a little overwhelmed. But throw him back in there for the Rams game and just see what you got. Worst case, you lose and you're still on a path to get your next quarterback, right? Like, there's no downside to it. What's the downside to Tyrod now? Now you know less about Tommy DeVito, right? Like we just know it's kind of incomplete still, and we still lost the game anyway. So I don't know, man.
It made zero sense, and that was more to me, Spee. So like going with Tyrod, I think and again, I'm just speculating, people. I'm just giving my opinion on this. I just think that the locker room was starting to switch a little bit because that team wants to win, right? So I think the locker room was making that switch, like, yo, we want to try to win and put the best person out there, not this rookie. So I think that's why Daboll was like, you know what, man, I got to go with Tyrod just to keep this locker room together a little bit. That's what I'm thinking of why they want one of them. Otherwise, because Daboll said it. Yo, I want Tyrod. I trust in DeVito. Keep DeVito out there, and then they make that switch. You wonder why. You go, okay, this got to be a locker room decision because even Hyatt was like, yo, I ain't even get targets. I ain't even get any of this. That's definitely
makes sense.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking is that, okay, shoot. Yeah, they had to do that to make that call for the locker room. That's what I'm thinking. And now, unfortunately, you got to see. You got to see now. So we'll see.
Hold on.
Tuto.
Let's go. Massive salutes and respects to the NYR crew and fam and all diehard Giants fans in America. Happy New Year. God blessing to everyone in the building. Tuto, we love you. Shout out to you in Italy, man. We love you. You always hold it down for us out there, man. So love you coming through every week, man. You're the best. Happy New Year to that guy. And Happy New Year again. If you guys are just joining us, everybody out there, especially our boy Hefe's out there. You see him? You see him out there? He's out there. He's shouting us out. COVID or not, a boy represents. He was out in the streets fighting off the Daniel Jones, the hive today. I see that. Sick or not, he's out there in the streets.
And shout out to you, Hef, man. I appreciate you, man. You're supposed to be, you're supposed to be rested, man. Come on. But he showed you there's no quit in this guy. There's no quit in this guy. That's why you gotta love him. For you guys. But Speed, let me ask you this, man, because I think this is a real serious conversation to have, especially with the offseason coming. It's the last game of the season, right? It's offseason. Saquon Barkley. I think it's kind of the elephant in the room. We understand how the quarterback situation is going to be. But let's talk about Saquon. And I just want to get your thoughts and your answers and break it down why you answered that. But should we sign Saquon Barkley at the end of the season? And once you give your answer, give your breakdown.
Yeah, listen. It's been a long time since we've seen vintage like Saquon take over a game, right, this season. And I know it's tough because you got backup quarterbacks that are not that defenses aren't respecting, so they're clogging the box up. But it just feels like Saquon, something's missing. That extra gear is missing again. And I don't know if he's geared it down because he doesn't want to hurt himself. He's got no long-term, like safety net anymore. So he's geared it down. Maybe, I don't know. He's just not into it as much. But it just, he's turning 27 after next year. You start getting a little longer in the tooth. He seems like he's lost a gear. You're dealing with now another rookie quarterback that you might go through some growing pains again next year. So you're wasting yet another his 27th year, 27-year-old year. And now you're starting to get to 28, 29. That's danger territory for the running backs, man. So, like, if he's looking for to take like a little bit of a discount to stay here because he wants to build this thing right, he wants to be here for the turnaround, that's the only way I consider it. Like, if it's like in the 10 to 11 range, that's what I'm looking. But if he's looking for anything more than that, I say thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for being a great Giant, Saquon. But I think it's time to move on, and I truly do believe that. Especially when we're paying, we're taking a huge hit on Daniel Jones next year, taking another hit with a running back that could be another building year. It's tough to swallow, and it's tough for him too. Go out and be somebody with somebody else, man. Go win a Super Bowl with somebody else. Go to the Ravens and win one with Lamar or something like that, man. But I want the best for Saquon. But I also think it's best for us to move on, go separate ways, and let him prosper elsewhere. And we can't pay running backs, man. We can't pay a 28-year-old running back. I don't know. E, what do you think?
Speed, give me a little bit, right? Because
go off.
At the beginning of this, I was like, man, Saquon Barkley is the offense, and rightfully so. He is. Speed. But after you look at this season, you look at the revolving door of quarterbacks. You look at the game plan, the playbook, and you look at it and you go, man, we're just not there to support everything around what Saquon really wants, and that's to win a Super Bowl. Every athlete, right? Mm-hmm. With that being said, I got to be honest. I got to go, man, let Saquon go. It's not the fact that he wants to come back. Let him go. Let him go to a team that can be a winner. And as a Giants fan, it hurts me because I love Saquon Barkley. I love him, but I love him so much that I'm willing to let him go and go test the market and go win a chip somewhere else. Saquon Barkley deserves that. You can see as the season, went on a little bit later, as you can see, he started to break down a little bit. He's tired. And plus, defenses are just gearing up and beating him the hell up. At this point, you're starting to see Saquon make those decisions where he's just getting down. Because you can't, it's the business decision. He understands the season's done. He's just going down. And plus his body has the wear and tear. He's trying to keep it as much as he can. But to keep him on the team right now in the state that we're in, I think it's just a selfish decision right now to do that to him. And Saquon, and like I said, I love him to death. I just love him so much that I got to let him go. And the Giants now, if you love him, let him go.
Right.
Yes. Let him go. Let him go get his contract. Let him go be on a winning team. Let him go be the guy that we drafted him for. Because right now, we can't give him what he's looking for. And it's sad to do it and sad to say it, but this is the realization we're going to have to come with. And let me tell you this. Take that money, go build that offensive line, because I tell you this right now. If Daniel Jones is back, which he will be, and he will be under center, I guarantee it, because I think they're going to have that rookie quarterback sit. I really do think if they draft one, they're going to have him sit. So right now, go get that definitive answer. Not just to keep him on the Giants, Daniel Jones, but maybe he could be salvageable in this league to go get another contract somewhere else at this point. At this point, go put all that resources into that line so you have a definitive answer who that guy is behind center, not just for the Giants, but for around the league. Giants fans, I think it's time, man. And I think it's time we come to the realization, all right, we're rebuilding this thing officially as of next year. And it sucks, man.
Yeah.
It definitely sucks.
I mean, you're right. And you couldn't have said it better. I think what you have to build, you can't build your running game around a running back. You got to build a running game. Build a running game with offensive linemen. It doesn't matter who you put back there. Fucking plug and play and let build a game so that you're not reliant on having to pay one running back. You could draft, you could supply cheaply through free agency and spend that money on the offensive line because it helps twenfold, right? It helps the passing game and the running game. Running back and I hate to say this because Saquon, when he first came out, like he's a weapon. He's not just a running back. He can also catch the ball. But man, he has so many frustrating drops and like soul crushing drops that there was one in the Rams game where he was caught over the middle field. It was him and the safety, and then he's probably gone if he catches the ball. Just soul crushing drop in the middle of it again. But I love the guy. We all love the guy. Kids will be crushed if Saquon leaves, just like they were about Odell Beckham. But you know what? The Odell Beckham letting go of him kind of didn't work out badly for the Giants, right? Like he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same when he left the Giants. I don't know if Saquon will. I hope he finds a place where he's like in a rotation with a good offensive line, wins his ship, and then who knows? maybe in 3-4 years after his next contract's done, come on back. We'll have a new QB for you. We'll have a hopefully rebuilt offensive line and come back and win a ship like LeBron did his second tour in Cleveland, right? Like maybe that's what we get. But
there you go.
Yeah, no, we're on the same page here, bro.
I totally agree, man. And don't forget, you still got Xavier McKinney, man. Contract coming up as well too at the end of the season, and that's something to talk about, right? Because when you look at Xavier McKinney and his game, right? And he had and rightfully so. I think he had a good year. You know, looking at statistics,
yes,
he had a good year. It's pretty solid. It's just I think we expected a little bit more from Xavier, but at this point, is there another safety out there that could replace him? Speed? You got to look and you go no. You got to go no, right? Because if you look at the free agent, if you look at the draft, they could draft one, but then you're just hitting that reset button. But you got Xavier that could be a solid type of player. Maybe you'll give him a 3-year, 2-year contract. Or maybe you just go, hey, here's a franchise, because I don't think the money's that expensive. Speech, correct me if I'm wrong.
You know what? Somebody messed up and overpaid a couple safeties over the last couple years, and it's made the top 5 more expensive than it is. You know, so I don't think that tagging is the way for the safety. He's going to be but he didn't have maybe that not.
Does he have an option? Does he have an option?
No, because he was a second-round pick.
Second-round pick. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe, like you said, he didn't hit that elite Pro Bowl, all pro level. Maybe that works in our favor. Maybe he's not going to ask for that super high contract. I don't know, but I think apparently he has a new.
I don't think he's happy here either, Speed.
No, well, he had a new agent that apparently gets top money for his safety, so that's not going to work out well for us. Probably, I don't think he was happy. I think him and Wink butted heads a little bit. He's a great player, and I don't want to let him go. But again, do you spend money on a safety and you spend money on running backs? So there are 2 positions that you can find other guys. And look, Dane Belton had 2 picks last game. Yeah, maybe Dane Belton is a guy that could step in and take some good snaps in. You draft another guy somewhere in the third, 4th round. Try to develop that. I trust Wink, if Wink is here, to develop talent. We've seen that on that side of the ball. The talent gets developed on that side. So, unfortunately, again, another tough decision, but maybe you just let him go because you don't want to waste a next year with him. You know, again.
Right.
We already might be wasting a couple of years with Dexter and Okereke and, Tibbs, but, like, you don't want to pay so many guys on that side of the ball. So, another tough decision, another let go of me, in my opinion. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm more of keeping him around, and I hate to say it because I think it's just slim pickings out there, and he is solid. He's not the all pro that we expected him to be, especially coming out of college. You know, when you look at his game tape, you turn it on, you go, "Yo, this guy could play at an all pro level." You know what I mean? But he just hasn't met that requirement as of yet. Or as of at all, right? Because he's like, dude, when are you gonna get it? It's like Daniel Jones. When are you gonna get it? When are you gonna get it, man? Come on, the lights are on.
I know.
So with this, looking at Xavier, I just go, man, we just don't have a choice. Maybe you just, hopefully, like you said, Speed doesn't ask for the big money, even though he's going to.
That'd be perfect world,
right? But I'll tell you this, Speed, you gotta kind of be like, you know what? I gotta kind of sign him on a dotted just to make sure it's player friendly. So I can be like, all right, year 2. Get the hell out of here if you're not performing the way I need you to perform. And Shane is smart because look what he did with the quarterback, the weekly pressures. Shout out. The weekly pressures.
I love you. You're the best. You're the best. I love you. She keeps his boat afloat, man. You don't even understand. Does. You keep the lights on around here. All right. We love you. We love you.
We love you, Press.
You're the best.
Thank you so much. You're the best in the world.
We got another one out here.
Oh my God,
Chris, you're right. Isaiah Simmons. He balled out these past 2. He's made progress.
Yeah.
He looks like the player that was drafted so highly from the Arizona, and you thought that was going to happen. You knew that Wink was going to have a plan for him when they brought him in for a 7th fucking round pick, dude. What a steal! What a great trade by Shane. Everybody gives a shit. Everybody gives a shit. Let's give Shane props here for this one. That was a great pick.
And let me say this, because this is a good segue. Leave Chris's comment up because this is a good segue. Dayball and Wink, right? Unfortunately, we had some reports from Jay Glazer, etc. We also had some inside information too that story, some traction to it. So with that, information that's out there, Speed. Let's say this: do you think Dayball and Wink could reconcile? Because I'll tell you this, and the reason why I want to keep Chris' comment up because he performed under Wink.
Yeah.
when it comes to Isaiah Simmons. So without Wink,
a lot of guys have.
Where's Isaiah at? So let me ask you this, Speed. You think they'll reconcile and put this out knowing that the information came out, Speed?
I think it might have been for the best that the information came out, right? Like it kind of put the pressure on Daboll to kind of mend this relationship, because Wink has clearly been the best coach on this team. Not, best assistant coach, defensive coordinator. His defense has lived up to the billing and more. People have progressed under him. Wink is going to be a highly sought after defensive coordinator if he leaves. And again, it's been said before, like Tom Coughlin changed through, and that's what made him a better coach in 2007. Maybe Daboll Daboll has to change. And
my dryer. Sorry about
laundry's done. Get it out.
Thank you, man. My dryer. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but I think he just has to figure it out, man. At work sometimes when two colleagues have an issue, they say, these are two important people. You guys got to figure it out. Like, you got to be able to work together. And I just hope that Daboll and Wink can work together, because he's building something special there. Wink is building something special. Keep it going, man. Please keep it going. I don't know. What do you think, E?
Speed, you're right. Because, when I was thinking about this, right, and I was like, man, we need to keep Wink around, I got a little bit of the pushback from the Giants community, because they was like, yo, Wink is only good during softer opponents. And it's true.
And
it's just, think about it, Speed. It's true, right? But you said one key thing that was like, boom, there it is. You hit it right on the head. He's building something. So you're starting to see the players come alive and get better and get better as time goes on. Remember at the beginning of the season, we was like, what the hell happened to this defense, right?
Yeah.
And you saw them start to come alive. You saw Thibodeau start to come alive. Now, can they reach that extra level? Yes, they're going to have to. But I think a couple of more pieces are missing, especially at the linebacker.
Pass rusher. Give another pass rusher. Yeah.
And another pass rusher and another cornerback. And I think
Adoree, I'm sick of seeing Adoree. I'm sick of seeing Adoree get toasted.
So I think he's building something. It's just we got to give him time. And I think if he has a certain amount of those players, like you said, especially a pass rusher, like an elite one that can accommodate a Thibodeau a little bit better.
Yeah.
Besides Ojulari, because Ojulari unfortunately can't stay healthy enough, right? Which that's another conversation. But if you get a legit guy that can complement Thibodeau, woo, I'm telling you, Wink's defense is going to go through the roof. So he's building something. And I think Wink needs to be here. I think they have to figure this one out, because if Wink leaves at the end of the season, everyone's going to look at Daboll and be like, okay.
Now the lights that fire a little bit more.
Yep. Blood's in the water. And people are starting to circle around you, Daboll. This isn't the way you need to go out right now. We're giving you a 2-year lifespan right now, especially if you draft a quarterback. You'll hit the reset another 2 more years. But I tell you, if Wink walks out that door, you're going to be like, there's blood in the water. And I don't know if fans are going to be up for it unless, Speed, there's a defensive coordinator that will come in and dominate. And that's what you have to do. But until then, we'll see.
And the problem is this defense is starting to form into what Wink's dream is, right? Like he moved Dexter Lawrence to a nose tackle, and now Dexter Lawrence is arguably one of the best defensive players in the league. Yep. Okereke was brought in to fit Wink's defense. Okereke has been great. Tay Banks was drafted to be a man cover corner and lock down the side field. He's playing great. These guys were drafted to fit Wink's system, and they're all playing great. Tibbs, drafted, playing great. Now you take the system, you change the system. If you, God forbid, first of all, you have to stick with a 3-4 now, because if you move Dexter Lawrence, it's like, what did you pay him for? He's an all-pro. Now we're gonna set him not to be a nose tackle anymore. What are we doing? You have to keep Wink, or find someone that runs a 3-4 and is out of the Baltimore or Michigan tree. Because everybody, their tweet comes out. Everybody's looking for Baltimore and Michigan defensive guys. We got one. Keep him. Just fucking keep him. Don't make another hole.
Listen, and I'll tell you this, man. Money talks, right? BS walks. So if you pay him and say, hey, man, I'm going to make you assistant head coach. Here's your title. So now when he goes on interviews, you can go, well, hey, man, I was an assistant head coach. Now the title can mean absolutely fluff, but it's still something you could put on a resume, right? And I think Wink wants to be a head coach in this league. And a lot of people don't want to go with him because he's a little bit older. That's another conversation. But give him something, entice him to be here. But that's only if Daboll is willing to put, he's got to put his pride aside a little bit. You got to tuck in that ego. You know what I mean? And be able to go, all right, listen, go do it.
It's part of growing on the job. He's still only and we forget he's still only a second-year head coach. Yeah. This is something you have to get better at as a coach, and you can't tell me that you're a finished product. You have to. Everybody gets better. Everybody in every job. This is year 2. Figure it out. Figure out how to mend a relationship, because if you lose him, there's no telling that you're going to get the other side right. And then again, like you said, the clock starts ticking louder and louder. The heat gets hotter and hotter if you pick the wrong guy. Look at what happened with the Eagles. They went from 72 sacks to having one of the best defenses in the NFL. Not much has changed. And now they look like one of the worst defenses in the league. What they lose? They lost their defensive coordinator. Look what happens. And you know what? It's not a gimme. And you might lose Kafka too. So now you got to replace 2 coordinators in what is an instrumental year next year. They have to show progress next year. So don't do it, man. Don't figure it out, bro. Figure it out.
I totally agree. Speed, I want to do this, man, before we go into any other topic.
Hold on, we got a little
Jay.
Jay.
We gotta do the Paisan here still.
We love you, Jay.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. That goes a long way. Keeping the lights on.
Everything, us, bro. We love. Thank you, everybody out here. Remember, we can't reiterate enough how much the super chats help us. And we're not rolling in the money here. So everything you guys contribute goes back to the show and helps us keep moving forward.
Not only that, guys, we have to understand that, and I'm going off a tangent here, off script, but we're an independent show. Like, guys, we're so independent. We don't have a big sponsor. We don't have none of that. So just the support of you guys keep us going each and every week. And we thank you. And most likely, we always give it back to you guys. Like, we gave away a $25 gift card. We gave away some Revival T-shirts. By the way, to the people that got Revival T-shirts, let me know you got it. Tweet it out or DM me.
Please do.
If you haven't yet. So we definitely sent somebody Venmo and Cash App. We definitely got the receipts for that. So we'd like to give it back. And don't forget our 3rd annual People's Mock Draft. We give away money to the winners, man. So
one of these years, somebody's going to get somebody right.
Yo, I'm telling you. We're gonna make it nice. We're gonna make it nice for him.
We're gonna make it big for him. Yes,
absolutely. Speed. Let me tell you this, man, because right now, currently, the Giants have the number 5 slot in the draft. The road to number 2. Speed, do you have that up? Because I kind of need you to go through this list, man.
I do.
What it takes for us to get to number 2 from 5 at this point.
It's extensive. It's an extensive list of what needs to happen. First and foremost, the Giants need to lose to the Eagles, obviously. And that alone is starting to get a little bit more worrisome, because the Eagles, for whatever reason, they're saying they might start sitting some guys next week. They might rest some guys up, which, like, please don't do that, Eagles. Please just you need to get some momentum. Come on, go out there, lay it on the Giants a little bit, give it, get that W. That's the first thing that needs to happen.
Speed, after that,
crazy. After that, it just gets crazy. So then the Commanders need to beat the Cowboys, right? So that's looking like a tall task. That's probably, I should have put that last on the list, because that's the least likely to happen, right?
Right.
Cardinals need to beat the Seahawks. That is doable, because since Kyler Murray's been back, they've been beating some good teams. Yes. Cardinals are playing good ball. Seahawks just lost a tough game to Pittsburgh. Seahawks might be on their way down. That's doable. Patriots need to beat the Jets. Big for the Giants. If they could do that, that is huge.
It's doable.
100% doable. 100% doable. The Patriots, they want to send Belichick out on a good high note, right? Possibly his last game as a Patriot coach, more than likely. So they want to send him on a high note. That could happen, very likely. Falcons beating the Saints. Again, doable. It's a division battle. It's in New Orleans. Not great. Yeah. And then Broncos have to beat the Raiders. Oh, sorry. There's more. There's one more. Broncos, Raiders.
Here's the wild card.
Steelers win at Ravens. Yes. Probably not going to happen. Or Colts beat the Texans. Again, not a lot of all the shit that I just said, which is a lot. It's a lot. Cardinals, Patriots, and Falcons, and even Broncos. Those are 4 things that can happen that will help the Giants pick. They might not get to 2, but it'll improve them. If they can get even to 3, it puts them in the conversation to either not have to give up a king's ransom to trade up, or Drake May / Daniels falls. One of those 2 could fall, because maybe somebody takes Marvin Harrison in there, right? Maybe somebody takes Marvin, or maybe someone wants to trade up for Marvin Harrison. and you can maybe trade back, whatever the case may be. So you want to get in that top 3, give yourself a chance to someone that slips through the cracks. Somebody that's got to slip through, right?
So and let me say this, B. And I'll say this: are the Bears happy with Justin Fields? Like,
well, that's the whole thing.
And let me get your thoughts on this here. Are you in on Fields? Like, if you was a GM, let's just play GM for a second. Looking at his tape, looking at him coming back from injury and playing, are you in on Fields to be your franchise quarterback at this point after what you
said? What it's, again, you have to factor in what it's going to take to trade up to get him. I believe it's going to take, the consensus is what we're reading is that you could get him for possibly an early 3rd or a 2nd round pick to get him. And I'm one of the few Fields believers. I believe, not few, there's a lot out there. I think Fields still has a lot of untapped potential. You hear the reports that he is in the film room trying to get better. He's got the athletic talent to do it. He's been in an offense that's kind of like suppressed his talents. I trust that if Dable loves him, we see what he could do with Tommy DeVito. We see what he could do with a Tyrod Taylor. We see what he could do with a Daniel Jones. Give me a Justin Fields for a 3rd round pick, and I will. That'd be a pretty damn good plan B, in my opinion. Plan A for me is still to draft our guy. I want 5 years of good quarterback play. I want our next guy here. But if the plan B is Justin Fields, sign me up, man. That's me personally. I'm here for Justin Fields. I think he can make it work. He played football in the North at Ohio State, Chicago. He knows what the cold weather is like. He's got a good arm. His floor is great with his running. I think there's so much untapped potential there still that I would be in if Dable is in, because he'd have to be the okay guy. So give me Fields. I'm cool with that. And that depends where we fall, because like if we somehow get the 3rd pick, I'm rolling with the 3rd pick. Someone's gonna fall there, either Jaden Daniels or May.
Penix.
So I'm gonna roll with that.
I'm about to say, and May.
Penix is too rich for my blood at 3. He's too rich for my blood. I love the kid, but there's things I don't love making him a top 5 pick. For me, it's May, Daniels, Caleb, and from what we've been seeing, Shane really loves Caleb. So it would be best if Chicago loves Justin Fields and wants to trade out of that number 1 spot. That's the best of all worlds, right? Like, we trade up. We trade what we have to trade. It's going to take a king's ransom to get up to number 1, but Caleb. You get Caleb, and you don't. We never worried about what we traded after we traded for Eli Manning, right? Because Eli made it happen. If you have a guy that could be a game changer, trade up what you need to trade up to get him. I don't care if you got to, waste a couple years, waste a couple draft picks. Get your guy. Get your guy if you can. So that's plan A, man.
Speed, you hit it right on the head, man. I can't really follow up with that because that's actually a good plan. I'll tell you this, right? If Justin Fields, right? If I'm Chicago, like, I just want to play GM as Chicago. I'm looking at Justin Fields. I'm looking at his totality. I won't say I'm in on him per se, because again, I don't think there's enough tape. It's kind of like Daniel Jones a little bit, right? It's kind of like, man, it's just not enough just yet.
He's more talented than Daniel, though.
There you go. There you go. But I would say this, Speed, and you took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
Better talent. No. Sorry. He has better talent than Daniel Jones, right? So his ceiling is a whole lot higher. The guy can scramble. The guy can throw. The guy can read defenses, a little bit better than our quarterback at this point. So like you said, Speed, if the Giants make a call and they be like, hey, man, give me a 3, give me a 4 for your quarterback, and they say yes, you pull the trigger for plan B. Absolutely. Because, Dayball can go develop the kid. You know what I mean? Because he didn't reach he's not tapped in yet. He is definitely not tapped yet as far as potential. But, when you look at, our quarterback and et cetera, you can say, man, maybe his ceiling was that Minnesota Vikings game. And he can't bring that every game. You know what I mean? So you got to take that gamble as a Giants if your plan A doesn't work. But I'll tell you this, Speed, I think that plan A, I think Justin Fields will be a plan D for the Giants. I don't even think it'll be a plan B. I think it'll be a plan D. He's going to trade up to get your guy. If it's too rich, somebody's going to fall, like you said, Speed, right?
Yeah.
Someone's going to fall and someone's going to be there. Then if push come to shove, okay, you draft an offensive line or a wide receiver, then, hey, I'm going to go get Justin Fields or somebody to come up in here and compete, at least for a starting role here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a plan D for me.
Let me throw a monkey wrench in here. What do you do if May and Caleb are – say we're 4. May, Caleb, and Daniels go 1, 2, 3. What's your move? Marvin Harrison Jr.? Or you looking at game-changing potential Hall of Fame wide receiver, and you just figure it out?
You know what, Speed? Let me not say I would, because look what we did to Saquon Barkley. It's like you have the weapons, but no one to give him the ball. You know what I mean? Or no one to help him out. No offensive line to help that out. At this point, you just kind of be wasting his talent until you build someone around him. So it's just like, man, do you go with that? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result, right? So the Giants would be insane to take that Hall of Famer and just waste his talents to get a quarterback in here to give it to him. Now, will it make a quarterback better? Absolutely, because you throw up a 50-50 ball, he'll go get it. He's just that type of guy. But Daniel Jones is known for not throwing up 50-50 balls. He couldn't do it with the tight end we just had in here with Waller. So you can't. He's not going to do it with this guy. And so, again, you got to wait for your quarterback and go get your quarterback in order to have him explode at this point, and your offensive lineman. So I don't know. I just
so you're looking at probably tackle then at that point. You want to take there's 2 good tackles.
That's still too rich for our blood, though, right, Speed? Because it's still a high pick. So
it is.
I don't know. I don't know, Speed. It is. It really is.
I don't want to be there.
I'd rather take 2. I'd rather take 2 at this point, or I'd rather take a 12. You know what I mean? Because then you'll know where it plays out at.
But right.
It's a tough one, Speed.
Yeah,
it's a tough one, Speed.
But
I just want to go through this, Speed, man, because this is New York Revival. We got to talk about New York sports, guys, right? The Rangers are freaking red hot, man. Not only that, man, you got Panarin, man, has at a heart level, MVP type of level in hockey right now, at 50 points. Igor Shesterkin is actually starting to look like Igor Shesterkin. I was freaking out because I was like, Igor, this is not the guy that won the Vezina. Like, what up? You ain't looking like the guy that won the Vezina. Facts. You know what I mean? So, but the fact that he's coming alive, man, and the Rangers and Speed, I said this, and I don't know if we had a disagreement or we might have agreed, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I was like, that's coaching. Remember, I was like, they got to get rid of the coach, right? And he was like, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was you.
Yeah. Oh, last year, yes.
Yeah, and he was like, no, I don't know. I was like, dude, I'm telling you. The way they play, you'll see them play aggressive. Then they'll fall back as they have the lead. Yeah. But when you see the Rangers now play how they play, it's always attack mode. It's always like, no plays off. That's coaching, Speed. So that shows you what a new coach can do and the guy that they have now. So I'm excited to see the Rangers finally hitting their potential, being number 1 in the NHL. But Speed, I'm hyped, man. You talk to me, dude, man. How you feel?
No, you're right, man. I mean, listen, they're taking it on the chin tonight. They're getting their asses worked. It's okay because they're gonna have a couple of those. They are number 1 in the NHL in points. Everywhere Peter Laviolette goes, he wins in his first 1 or 2 years. That's wherever he goes. So he's got them playing hard. They're playing tough defense. You know, again, like you said, Artemi's looking great. Igor's looking great. Fox is back. You know, the defense is playing well. Zibanejad's coming around. These guys are playing
too. Yeah, he's been quiet. I thought Zibanejad too.
He's been quiet.
He's starting to come around.
Good.
He's starting to come around.
Yeah, the fact that they've gotten to number 1 in NHL without Zibanejad, one of their better players playing like his elite level, fantastic. The team's looking great. They're going to add pieces. They're going to add pieces to the trade deadline because they're right. They're right there. They have all their pieces. They're going to get Kakko back. They're going to get hopefully Heidel's coming back. They got 2 young guys just sitting in the wings waiting, hopefully to get back healthy. Yeah. And this team's just put together, man. They're winning face-offs. They got good power play, good penalty kill. They got all the pieces, man. So, you know, you're in January. You're kind of in cruise control mode right now. So, like, it's that tough in-between period because they're not quite in the playoff push yet. Halfway through the season, All-Star break coming to February. I may or may not be out so they're playing outdoors at MetLife. I don't know if you heard about this. They're playing an outdoor game at MetLife. They're playing the Islanders. Should be a tough game. I'm trying to get my ass to this in that stadium.
We got to go. Yeah, we got to go.
We got to go. Hey,
we're gonna
anybody out there that knows somebody with tickets, come throw them our way.
It happen.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it happen
a little bit. But dude, we're primed and ready to go. We're gonna get some games, and this team, they got it all working right now. Igor was the linchpin, dude. He was the
linchpin. You know what I like about this team, Speed? Is that when you looked at the old coach, like it seemed like the moments were too big for him, right? In some cases.
Yeah.
Right now, they're playing like there's no moment too big. This is our moment. Yep. This is our time. And they have to take that into the playoffs. Like they have to. They seem like a very confident team. The team seems like they just galvanized. Like they're finally together, man. Like these guys are young pups, right?
Dude,
but it seems like they're growing together. Yeah. They're growing together. Like these guys are ready. They want the cup. And I think this is the year. Like I don't want to say next year, Speed. This has to be the year that they get the cup. Go get the cup. Yes. That's it.
Yes.
Like, what are we waiting for? Like, there's no moment too big for you guys now. There's nothing else in the way of you guys right now. You've been through your ups and downs. You've been deep in the playoffs. You've seen what it looked like. There's no moment too big anymore. Relax.
And we need it, dude.
Go win the cup. You got this. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. This is your year. Let's go. Figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, their last coach, he only took guys so far, and after the first year, he flamed out everywhere he goes. You know, he's a little too hands off, laid back. Let the players like take the locker room. Yeah. This guy Lavalette is on top of it. He plays the young guys. He has a great structure, great system, and it's looking perfect, man. And the thing is, it's supposed to be a rocky first month and a half, 2-3 months of the season with a new coach, new system. They've already got through that, and they're number one in NHL. It should still be on the high trajectory, man. They're looking good, bro.
I said, man, he just got to make sure he's coaching those guys up and keeping them going. Period. Hands down.
And we need it. We need it. New York needs it. 2024, new year, new us. We bring a cup to New York because we're dying for it, bro. We're dying for it.
The drought has to be over, Speed. I need to go to a parade, man. I need to go down the freaking Avenue of America, 6th Avenue, and see the freaking parade already. Bring the trophy home, the Canyon of Heroes, man. I need to see this, man. But another thing, man, our crosstown guys, the New York Knicks, man, trade RJ Barrett and IQ, man. Emmanuel Quickley. Toronto is where Barrett is. And guys, I have to tell you, man, it's funny, Speed. And I just want to talk about Barrett because we'll get to IQ in a minute.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about RJ because it's funny, man. Shout out to one of the Twitter followers, man. Aim Doll, if you're watching, I don't know if you are, but huge Knicks fan, right? And she was like, man, it's just, RJ's going to come around. And I told her literally before he was traded, I was like, man, it's just we've been waiting for RJ to come around for many years. Just maybe he just isn't the guy to do it at this point. And I think they have to make a move. And long and behold, literally, they traded RJ Barrett. And I was like, well, it seemed like I was right on that. You know what I mean? They made that move ASAP. And even though I think RJ is a solid player, he's just not the guy we need as of right now to get where we need to go. You know what I mean?
You can't wait around.
No, you can't. And yes, we got some picks, and the Knicks has been notoriously terrible at picks these recent or past years for a long time now, right? Yes. So it's just like, all right, they got to hit on something. They got to hit on one of these picks because RJ wasn't it. They traded away my man to, I forget his name, man, Toppin as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They traded away all these people that's supposed to be these big people to come in to help us, and they're gone. You know what I mean? So with that, it's just like, all right, you got these picks. RJ's out of here. You got to hit on one of these now. This is it. You got to hit to build this team because right now the Knicks is missing that star. They're missing that one guy. Don't get it twisted. Brunson is killing it and doing what he has to do. You know what I mean? And Julius Randle seems like he's almost a Julius Randle of old when we had him the last time before we signed him, right? He seems like he's coming along, Speed. I'm not happy still. I'm not happy still, Speed. I'm not. But it seems like, okay, he's getting with the program. It's just now, okay, you got to hit. You got to hit on this, man. And especially you just lost the guy off the bench in IQ. That was a perfect wingman for you. It's just like, you lost. You lost out. Yes, I understand they won a game with the gentleman they got. Forgive me, man.
OG.
What's his name?
Yes. OG Anunoby,
whatever, right?
Yes.
I understand they won the game. He could be
solid.
a guy who can shoot the three. He plays defense, which is something that we lacked in for a very long time. So he's going to come in and do his thing. But it's just now that you have those future picks, Knicks, it's got to be now. Like, especially you're in the 8th seed right now, as far as in the Eastern. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you got to figure this out as of right now, because the time is of the essence, man. Like, you're not going to get this opportunity when you're winning these games and make it into the playoffs, right? Get your guy, build this team, because the team is on a trajectory of going up now, Smee. They're going up.
Yeah.
You just got to figure this out now as far as that. But yes, Smee, I'm long-winded. I'm sorry.
No. You're the Knicks guy, man. We needed that out of you. No, listen. I think personally, the only way this trade turns out to be bad for the Knicks is if RJ Barrett realizes his potential, goes back to Canada, up north to the motherland up there, and where he's from, and it all just clicks for him. And maybe that happens. Maybe it happens.
That happens, Steve.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't for the lack of opportunity. RJ Barrett was given plenty of time. I compare him a lot to Evan Engram. Like, Evan Engram was given plenty of opportunity here at New York Giants. It didn't work out for whatever reason. Blame it on Daniel Jones, blame it on offensive systems, whatever it was. You just can't wait forever, though. Sometimes a change of scenery is needed. And then, you see what Evan's doing down in Jacksonville. He's flourishing. And it might happen for RJ Barrett, but the Knicks couldn't wait around forever for him to just click. So they found a guy that's going to help them immediately. OG is better than RJ Barrett is right now. He plays defense better than RJ. He can shoot 3-pointers better than RJ. He is a better fit with Jalen and Julius. He's just everything looked good last night. 17 points, shot 58%, three pointers. It looked like it clicked. Losing quickly, I know Knicks fans, they're going to be pissed about losing quickly because he was a spark plug, good story, second round pick, did everything that he was expected to do and more as a New York Knick. But let's be honest, 6'2" guards that could score are you could find those. That you could find them around the league. Yeah. You could always find those kind of guys. And if you put him and Brunson in the lineup together, you can't play defense with a 6'2"
small
guy and Brunson. You can't play defense that way in the playoffs when it matters. Yeah. So they weren't going to sign quickly back next year. He was due for a contract. They got something for him, so they're probably going to sign OG back, who's also up. It's just a better fit for them right now. But again, like you said, the Knicks are in a tough spot right now. They're stuck in between. They don't have a star. They have a solid roster, probably one of the best rosters overall that they've had in a long time. Good coach, good defense. They'll be right in that 6 to 8 range, maybe even 5 for the longest time. But they don't have the guy. And even with Jalen Brunson playing at a fucking ridiculous, he's averaging 25 a game. They're still not able to reach that next level. So it's like, what are we really doing long term here? What's the next plan? They have a couple firsts. They still have their first round picks. They didn't trade any of their picks in this trade. So they have to nail one of the picks, man. They really have to do it. That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely right, Speed. They got to nail it. Like if all these years you showed that you were terrible, like this is the year where I feel like the cards is just going to flip just a little bit and they're going to get it right. And I hope they get it right for the sake of these young guys coming in here and killing it. Like you said of Brunson, like these guys deserve to win a chip or go deep into the playoffs and do their thing. You know what I mean? So they got like the Knicks, like you just got to figure it out. Please, just please, whatever you got to do.
Doesn't it feel like all the New York teams are like right there? Like they're just missing these like one or two pieces. Jets, Giants, like Knicks, the Rangers, like Island. We're all just like there. They're all in the middle, but nobody's got that star yet that could take them to the next level. At the important positions.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, man, like somebody's got to break through. Even the Knicks, the Mets, and the fucking Yankees, like they're right there. They have, they're right there, but they're not. None of those teams are top echelon teams in any of their sports yet. So I don't know what it takes, man. We gotta draft well. We gotta get a little bit of luck. I don't know what it is. It's just everybody's right there, but not quite. 2023 was a shit fucking year for New York. It was a shit year. Now maybe the gods will shine upon the Giants, give them a good draft pick. Maybe the Rangers will take it to the next level, get to the finals. Maybe the Knicks make a trade or two. I don't know, man. I think 2024 is going to be a good year, though. I feel it in my plums. What do you think, man?
Want to know something crazy, man? Any even number of the year, it's always a great year.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
I think we started New York Revival in 2020. 22?
It was 2 years ago, 2022. Yep.
And look what we got out of it. 2024, which is one of my favorite numbers, by the way.
Ooh, I like that. Me too. I'm a fan of 2024.
4.
Oh.
I'm an 8 and a 4 guy. I don't know. It's just my birthday.
Yeah, I like
I'm
it.
an 8 and a 4.
Like it.
So I'm telling you right now, I think New York sports is going to be crazy. And you want to know something crazy, Speed? I think New York Revival is going to be crazy. Just saying, you know what I mean? That's another story.
Let's go.
That's another story, man.
We're gonna be on. We're gonna be on top.
Oh yeah, we are.
Hey, by the way, hold on.
Yeah.
Look what wifey got me for Christmas.
Oh shoot! Look at that. Shout out to the wifey, man.
Wifey, best wifey in the world.
I'm gonna hang this.
I'm gonna hang this up right back here. It's gonna be right behind me. It's gonna be fucking. First and only time I saw Eli Manning with any bit of emotion.
Shout out to Eli, man. Shout out to Eli, man. He's the GOAT around here. He's a legend. You know what I mean?
We love him.
But yeah,
get us our next Eli. Get us someone better than Eli. Get us somebody that's a top 3 star in the league for once in New York football sports in general.
I agree.
Who's the best quarterback ever? You want to say Joe Theismann? Eli Manning? Is Eli Manning the best New York quarterback ever put on it?
What makes Joe Broadway so great and why he earned that nickname is because
he didn't even have great. Yeah,
he wasn't great.
Stats. Yeah,
no, he just had the swag. He was like a Tommy DeVito. You know what I'm saying? He had that swag, that oomph. You know what I mean? But what makes Eli Manning better to me is 2. He did it twice. He did it once when they said he couldn't do it. Then he did it twice to say I could do it again. And if Plaxico unfortunately didn't have that incident, I really think that'd have been a dynasty.
The year we don't talk about. We don't talk about 2008.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to get a show and really just dissect 2008 because that was an elite team, bro.
Yep.
That was probably the best Giants I've ever seen.
Nobody could stop them. Nobody could stop them.
No one. That was the best Giants team I've ever seen in Giants history. In my lifetime of being a Giants fan, that 2008 season, 2009 season was the best Giants football. We couldn't be stopped, Speed. Remember that? We was like, yo, the games that we thought we were gonna lose, we kill them. We were like, we beating them. We wrecked them. Speed, I want to cry. That's how terrible. That's it. That hurts. But we're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have a therapy session on the show one day. Guys, get in the chat. Let us know, man. We're gonna have to talk about it. You know what I mean?
We're gonna switch it up. We're going to switch it up for people, too, in 2024, right? You got some good, big things coming on the horizon. We're going to be doing some different things.
I'm going to be doing some different things. What I'm going to do is, man, I'm going to create a podcast. Guys, I don't know if you know, but we have a company called Revival Entertainment, LLC, which it actually is brought to you by New York Revival. It's the parent company of New York Revival. So we're going to be doing some entertainment stuff. I'm going to be launching a podcast, Spotify streaming services only. We're not going to talk about sports, man. We're going to talk about some life, some goals, mental health, things like that, keeping on the up and up positive for the community. And just talk about the world, man, and give a breakdown and opinions of it from Eli Rax. It's my thoughts, my perspective, my take. And, of course, we got New York Revival as well, guys. But we got some things coming up. It's going to be fire. So stay tuned, man. I'm excited about that, Speed. I'm excited.
Yeah, I got. Hey, hold on. Chris came back one more time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love the fun questions. Shout out Chris, man. Let's go. I love those questions.
First of all, I can't wait for your show. It's gonna be dope as hell. We're looking forward to bringing non-Giants content and more. We have some diversity here, people. We are talented individuals, and he's gonna bring it home on some new shit. So we're looking forward to that. Fun question here from Chris. Which New York Giants, present or past, would you celebrate New Year's Eve with? Which and again, it depends on what you're feeling, right? You feel like a good dinner with a casual guy, or you feel like a party animal. Again, my answer for all these, for me personally, I'm partying with Jeremy Shockey, man. Jeremy Shockey, he would take it to the limit. He seems like a fun ass dude, wild dude. I always want to spend one night with him. New Year's Eve, that's it. We bang it out, go hit New York City, and just have a time. Give me Shockey, man. I'm going Shockey.
I like Shockey, man. I'm probably gonna go stick with the obvious here, and I think every Giants fan will probably pick this person. But I'm going with Victor Cruz, man. Like that guy just looks like he has a good time, man. He knows where the good foods is at. He know where the arroz gandules, where they serve the penne, they serve all that stuff. Even though I don't eat penne, but I'm just saying, you know, where the arroz gandules, the empanadas. You know what I'm saying? Like he got all the spots, especially when he go to Grandma Cruz's house. You know what I mean? So Victor Cruz will be that guy. I'm gonna go out and do New Year's Eve celebration with. Get a little dressed up too, even though he's gonna be better than me. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna dress in a suit. I'm gonna get my $200 suit on at Men's Warehouse while he got the $2,000. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my $200 suit on. You get what I'm saying? But Victor Cruz, man. Shout out Victor Cruz, man. We gotta get you on this pod, man.
Get his ass on the show. Let's go, Victor. Come on. We need you. I
ain't gonna spoil nothing, but come on. All right, but guys, this is the show. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. I know we took a couple of weeks off and to try to get the holidays going for our families, for ourselves, just to recharge and retool. So we appreciate you guys for supporting, coming back in and supporting us. Like I said, the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a special guest drop by. I'm going to try to do a month of guests for people for you guys. And also, the Revival Fan of the Month, Richard, we see you out there. We're going to get you on the show. Shout out to you, man. We're going to make up a date to where you can stop by the show, man, and have your cameo, man. Shout out to you, Revivalists of the Month, man, of January. So we do appreciate you. And stay tuned, man. We got you. And we'll see you guys on the next one, man.
Well, hold on. We got some in the works for potentially in early February show, right? Big show. Potentially a big show with awards going out to people that top men will be conferencing about and picking our awards. We're going to be heading on awards. Maybe, we might be dressed up. We might do a little Oscar type thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be Oscar season. It's going to be Oscar season, man.
Absolutely, Speed. Actually, I almost forgot, man. Yes, we're going to do the X Awards, man, where we highlight. There's going to be a small committee, guys. We're going to be a small committee of voters. You're not going to know who they are ever. All right, you're not going to know because exactly. We're going to give our take, but they're going to vote, and you guys, and we're going to pick all the accounts from the Giants community, also a little bit outside the Giants community. Give them the revival. Exactly. And give them the Revival Award of the Year, man. And we're going to do this every year. We're going to have some fun. This is what we do here, man. So shout out to everybody. Look out for that. Probably in February, we'll do the first annual. And we're going to have people give some speeches. Like, we're going to make a whole big hoopla. Have some fun about this, man. And I can't wait for that. That is going to be fire. It's going to be a hell of a night. That's a special guest drop by, too.
Hell yeah.
So, guys, with that being said, man, thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And on behalf of my brother, Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets, Speed if you nasty. Now.
Let's go. Let's go, E. Let's go, E.
Let's go. And it's your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes. We see you on the next one. Peace and blessings.
Eli Rax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass Half Full, the Revival.